up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, The Unpopular Party, hosted by me, Party Next Shore. I'm gonna do something today that I used to do back in the day. At the end of each season, I like to do like a character breakdown, cast breakdown type of thing. Go into each person that was on that season and just kind of do like a recap and my personal feelings about them that season. I did some on Jela's Cabaret and One More Chance. If y'all wanna check them out, I'll link them in the description box below. But today I am going to be doing a character breakdown on Baddies South and just giving y'all my thoughts on each person that was on the show. If you haven't already and want to see more content like this, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support y'all send to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this breakdown. First, I want to start with Miss Natalie Nunn, the EP herself. And this season, she was, Natalie in her most authentic self. I'm gonna lie, I say the same thing, and at this point, it's getting very repetitive, but I feel like Natalie should definitely take on a background role. No reason why you should still be on this cast, still just arguing and fighting with these girls. I like in like two different generation categories. At least with Shani over at Basketball Wives, all of them is, within the same age group. But I said the same about Shani. As an EP, you cannot always wear your emotions on your shirt. And I feel like with her, whenever somebody do something that goes against the grain or goes against something she don't like, automatically is, you're fired, you're gone, blase, blase. This is my show. This is my show. And it's just like, nobody's trying to take your credibility away from me, because like, let's keep it a buck. I think a Bad Girls Club, Natalie Nunn is definitely one of the first people that's gonna be brought up regardless.
I run LA. I run LA. I run LA.
And she had her good run, but it's at some point, you have to let the younger generation or the next generation of baddies, whatever, just let them have their come up. You're gonna really teach them something, but for right now, all I'm seeing is you trying to relive your youth through them. Other than that, a lot of stuff that I saw her do that where she was trying to like prove herself to be hard, she like fell short of.
What bar? What's on it? What bar, bitch? I said what bar, bitch? Natalie, I will beat your motherfucking ass. Beat down.
Like with the fight with Sarah.
Oh, Miss Nunn.
First of all, that whole situation. Play devil advocate. Ain't no way you finna come up in here and try to have a meeting or sit down with me. You just did about 99 chapters exposing my whole life. No, ma'am. Sarah came and, they still have like ongoing beef from Baddies ATL, the first season. So while they trying to talk or whatever, when Natalie, punched her and pushed her down. Of course, Natalie gonna push her down because, she has more weight on her.
What the fuck you wanna do, bitch?
That's no shade, she overpowered her. But even just like the way she was trying to fight her, she really just doing nothing to just be like, yeah, I run this. Same with Rollie. But Natalie knows this, like she's not a dumb girl by far. She knows all this, she knows what's gonna get views. She knows, she's played a bad girl role very well. Like she stayed true to her brand. Producer, like they allow her to be this way. They feed into her ego. They feed into her delusionalness. She needs a whole bunch of yes men around her to constantly just like make her feel like she really doing something. So the fact she got into it with all these girls who was her friend before the season, but when they got on the season, they started falling out. Her and Ann, they go way back. They know each other. That's how Ann was on the show, because Natalie purposely picked her to be on the show because they go back. They had a falling out, and now Natalie like, forget you, I made you, blah, blah, blah. And with Jela, they had a falling out. Now Jela fake. Now she want to side with the same people who Jela and Rock just got into it with, Slim and Rollie. She didn't get into it with Scotty, but she picked Scotty to be on the show. And we all know about the pictures of them, whatever they was doing. She's very strategic with what she do, but I feel like Miss Natalie is not going nowhere. She has a very good working relationship with Zeus Network as well as Liam Palmer. So she gonna be back for season 3, 4, 5, 6, however season they do. Next, I'm gonna talk about Miss Ann. Now Ann definitely trying to be an instigator at first. When I first saw Ann, I was like, oh, she look like, do give clout chaser vibe. I was like, she looked like she's gonna be like real cool or whatever, and she proved to be nothing of that at first. Just trying to get into it with Brie, putting that girl business out there, which was very wrong of her, calling her an escort.
You're true. Why are you embarrassed? If you're an escort, you're an escort. You suck dick to make money. You suck dick to make money.
Fighting Persuasian.
Bro, y'all, this is not going nowhere. What?
She thought it was sweet until she got into that fight with Rollie. And then like she said, after Rollie knocked Mario coins out of her, it made her kind of just want to let me settle down.
She did knock the fucking Mario coins out my head.
She was definitely the villain of the season at first. None of the girls would just want to mess with her. They wasn't vibing with her. And once she got into it with Rock and Jela, it was just like, who else does she have? Throughout all of that, watching herself on TV, she said it was very cringy for her to see. And I understand why she wants to go back to being Bianca. And more was this persona that she created because, she was in a bind. She needed some money. She didn't want to go to school. She didn't want to do a regular 9 to 5. She didn't want to wait. OnlyFans and cloud chasing was her way out. But after watching herself on TV, she was like, nah, I ain't rocking with that. So that's why she wants to go back to Bianca, because Bianca is her given name. I guess she just wants to put a better version of herself out there, which is understandable. She's 25. That's the age where we just start to put life into perspective and just try to do the best we can. So yeah. Next we have up is Sway. Sway was just kind of there. She didn't add or take away from the season unless, you know, we want to count that fight with Rock in the beginning. But I really don't have that much to say about Sway. Other than her fight with Rock and her fight with Ann and her fight with Sydney Star, for the most part, she was giving just, you know, Stephanie, BGC 10 vibe. I get at the reunion, she said she's trying to be a grown woman. She's, what, 31, 32 with a daughter. So she's trying to put a different things. No, I remember the cancer story.
I literally just found out a bitch beat cancer yesterday.
Okay, now, that situation, that it was cancer, so I have nothing to do but to believe her. I would hope she wouldn't lie about that. But, you know, the rest of the cast feel very strong that she just had a regular pap smear and she just assumed it was cancer and ran with it. She did tell Trina she had cancer and no one would know what it's like. She was crying with her mom and stuff like that. I hope she didn't lie. She said she didn't lie, so we just have to take her word for that. Next up, I want to talk about Miss Slim. Honestly, I was surprised to even see that Slim was on the show because even though Slim was about that life on her show, I just didn't see her being on like a show but like Baddies. I felt like Bad and Bougie or Yodeler would have got the spot before her, but maybe they declined it. I don't know. For a fact, I remember a long time ago, Slim was on live with Natalie, and that's kind of when they started like kikiing. You know, Natalie was like, "Come down, girl, like hang with us." So maybe that's how she got the opportunity. I really do think that Natalie thought that she was gonna be their little lap doll, and you know, Slim, whether you find her annoying or not, she gonna say what's on her mind and she gonna do what she wanna do when she wanna do it and how she wants to do it. I just don't think she was on the right show with her. Maybe it just wasn't the right season, but just something was off with Slim. Ultimately, I mean, I still liked her on the show, and I feel like she held her own in a lot of situations. With the fight with Rock, you know, even though a lot of people say they're Rock wrong, I still feel like Slim just, she said, "You threw the water at me. Like, what's up?"
Like, you're Chrisean, right? You're Blueface's bitch, right? Just go out with somebody else. What's up? What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch?
Whenever Rock did fight her, Slim was just like, you know, what's up? I'm not scared. I do feel like her and Rollie fed off of each other to a certain extent. I feel like at first it was real 10, but now it's 1-0. If that makes sense. Rollie doing her own thing with Zeus, and Slim kind of just lost in the shuffle now. Even though she said she would do another season, I don't see her coming back for another season. But I like Slim. I like Slim on one more chance, so we'll see what's in store for her. Next, Scotty. Scotty was boring. I didn't care for her that much. No, I'm not gonna lie. She had a couple moments where I was like, you know what? I think, you know, we kind of prejudged Scotty. Like, some clips, she was funny.
When Jela hit Rollie first, I said, "That's my bitch!" The fuck? She beat the...
And I was just like, girl, you just doing like random stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe I'ma like her. No, that went away. She just started doing too much for me. She just started trying to prove that she was, I'm not gonna say that. She wasn't trying to prove she was bad. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say she was trying to prove to be bad because I feel like she's the type of person, if you say something to me, I'm gonna say something back to you. I do feel like Natalie and the producer was in her ear trying to stir something up with Rollie, and that's why Rollie got pissed off. Yeah, that's what happened. I don't think Scotty did a lot to just be having this pedestal that she has now, like with Baddies West audition, trying to judge people and be like, this is what it takes to be a baddie. Because she really wasn't doing that much on the season yourself, and you was brought in late to the season.
Y'all, this is my bitch, Scotty. And I'm from the South. She runs the South. What's up? It's your girl, Scotland, aka Scotty Too Hottie with the body. I run Charlotte, and I'm that bitch, period.
All you did was just kind of like pose and just wear your dresses and go out. Even at the reunion when she came in with this Kalani outfit, Natalie was just like, when I say go, you go. I was like, it's just too much. It's too much. Like, Scotty, just be yourself. Stop trying to do all that. Like, be yourself. Overall, Scotty, I just feel like she's still trying to find her footing. And it's like, I still don't know who Scotty is. I don't know nothing about this girl. Who is Scotty? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? Now, Rollie. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest Rollie fan. I feel like if you like 15 and 16, yeah, you're gonna really like her. I feel like Rollie is letting the network really just make a joke out of her. And I said that from the beginning when she was on One More Chance season 1. And because she was the biggest girl out of there, she let them call her Rollie Poly Snacks meals. Ain't no way. But like from the beginning, when she was just doing little stuff like bringing snacks out her titties or just like, you know, eating, she's like stop letting them make you into a character. Stop letting them just try to take a joke out of you. So that's my only takeaway. But I do feel like it was a point where she got sick of the superficial stuff. I do feel like it was a point where she was like, she couldn't do it no more because she realized Baddies is really just fake energy. It wants you to put on and do certain stuff for the camera. She might have gone along with it for, you know, X amount of time, but she got sick of it. She did the same thing each time. She get into a fight and then she exposed her. And it's just like, where was this energy at when y'all was cool? And I was all for her when she was like, you know, she ready to just grow and elevate. Like, she's about to be 30. She's getting her own show at Zeus, which that's good. Like, you signed a contract to work with Zeus. That's good. You know, she participated in the Baddies West audition. After that big of a speech you gave at the reunion, it kind of went against that when I saw you kick in with Natalie again at the Baddies West audition for getting a bag. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I feel like if it compromises your morals or compromises your belief systems, it's just too expensive. And it what costs? Like with Zeus Network, you already got your own show coming out. It's no need to still associate yourself with baddies. Remember, like you said, you're elevating. So that's just my thing. But you know, I know she has a strong fan base. I know her fans gonna probably come in the comment section. I'm prepared for that. So Brie, to me, this was definitely a different Brie from BGC 17. Even on BGC 17, I really didn't care for her. But at least she was somewhat ready to like throw down. Like on BGC 17, even though I felt like she went after the weakest person on that season to prove her point, at least she did something. This season, I'm like, where that Brie at? The Brie that's down to just throw hands about whatever. Where the Brie that's just not just shake? I feel like in that Ann situation when she was like, y'all, you know, she taller than me. So I was just like, girl, I know you're not shooked or scared of Ann. I know you're not worried. Seeing you fight Candy off the street, like, what's wrong? But it all made sense when I found out that she was going through a lot during this season. I was like, you can tell. You know, they said she was going through some family issues and she still had some stuff behind the scenes that she had to take care of. At the reunion, when she was like, reality TV isn't for her, I felt that. But then just to see her come back for the Baddies West audition and then seeing her on there trying to fight. I'm like, I thought you just said TV wasn't for you. But like I said, I just felt it was a season where she just wasn't really just feeling it. And that's okay. Jela, I think she had a pretty Jela dynamic this season. Like, you know, the Jela that I saw season 14 of BGC, it's the same Jela I'm seeing her on Baddie season 2. Like how she just stood her ground. She proved her point when she needed to be. And you would have thought that her and Natalie would have been like really like this that whole season. But I really don't think her and Natalie just had that strong of a friendship as they tried to make it seem to us. Even though they said like, you know, they talk on the phone and stuff like that. I feel like they had like a surface level friendship. They could both gain from each other in the sense of, you know, you the creator of Baddies, you could put me on, and Jela got connection. Like that was the holding thing of their friendship. You know, they got into it, they started to drift off, and they stopped seeing eye to eye, which I don't blame Jela because Natalie did a lot of fake stuff. You tell me after I got into my fight, you think I'm acting weird and you went aside with the other girls? No. But I was at least here for her friendship with Rock. I thought that was pretty cute. I thought that was a cool dynamic. It was a lot of things that happened this season where I was just like, I don't know. I don't think I vibe with her the same way as I did when I was in high school, seeing her on BGC 14. It was just something off, not in a bad way. It was the Baddies West audition, just seeing her just like next a whole bunch of people. I'm just like, Jela, that's not nice. Overall, Jela was cool this season, and I think she did add something to the season, and that's straight. Last but not least, I Miss Rock. Now, whether you like her or not, Rock did make this season. Made this season very entertaining, from knocking Sway into the scene, wrestling with Slim, running from the cops, having mental breakdowns. Like, she definitely had a season. And she definitely brought a lot of TikTok sounds with her.
She not talking to me like, this bitch is too fucking old to be acting like this. She almost 40, acting like a little bitch.
Now, my personal feelings about Rock, I feel like Rock is definitely going through a spiritual warfare. Like, she's really trying to align right with what she feels like her morals and beliefs are. And I feel like she's still trying to find that. And that's what's really weighing on her mind right now. Because if you just see her in just like the public and stuff like that, she's just going through a lot. And she made that known on the Baddies reunion when she spent like the first half drunk and fighting, second half crying. It was just like, you can just tell this young girl is lost. I feel like if she had the right people around her in her camp, she could really get the help she needs. But because she's a big money maker in a sense, and she draws attention and media to her, they're not gonna do that. They don't wanna see a healed version of her when the messy version brings the profit. I really like Rock, but I feel like there's not a lot of people that's holding her accountable and holding her to a certain expectation when it comes to her action. You just can't keep walking up to people and just hitting them and fighting them and expecting it just to not go south one day. You'll meet someone that's crazier than you, like you could end up like seriously injured. And I feel like Jela tries to do that sometimes, but I don't know. The fight with Sway, I feel like that was just like a trauma response fight. Like she just was fighting because that's all she knew, because her feelings was hurt and she didn't know how to express that. Rock is definitely gonna be in the public eye, especially with her having this show with Blueface coming out, which I don't agree with, but you know, it's coming out. But yeah, That's my thoughts on Raw, and that's my thoughts on the show as a whole. Overall, like I said, Baddies ATL was an experiment, but Baddies South was actually a show. We definitely got to see a lot of different things on the show. It was better. Overall, I enjoyed it, but what do you guys think of the show? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about each of the bad girls. Did you agree with some stuff I said? Did you disagree with some stuff I said? What do you think? Let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!